Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope to find you all well. This video is a little different video to normal, but I just want to give you a life update and just for you to be aware of what's going on and just where I'm at with everything. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video and I can tell you what's going on. So it's going to be a quick video. I just want to give you a little bit of a life update because there's some stuff going on and it's changing things. So I don't want to fully get into everything because obviously it's personal and without with no disrespect to you guys, you know, you are my booktube community, but I don't know you well enough to go into the whole personal life of my life. But basically October started off really well and then completely went downhill, and it's just affecting me mentally, and I'm just struggling now because I'm one of those people, I have been trying to compartmentalize everything that I'm worried about and put them in boxes and sort of focus on what box needs to be more looked into and more worried. But doing that has backfired because I have just bottled everything in, and I shouldn't, because last night I had a massive big panic attack at midnight. It was midnight, everyone was in my house was fast asleep, and I had horrendous heart palpitations. I felt like I couldn't breathe, I was shaking, and I was really like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna pass out. Everything was just getting so much, I was getting really hot and sweaty. I felt like someone was just gripping me here and squeezing. I knew it was a panic attack because I have suffered with them before. It's been a while since I have suffered with them. This is the worst one I had for a while. It lasted for an hour. I did like breathing exercises, even took my inhalers because I'm asthmatic as well anyway. I thought I'll just take my inhalers because I know it will help. I did some of my exercises that my mental health doctor gave me for other aspects of things I've been doing therapy with, and I ended up putting on a TV series that I've watched quite a few times that is just carefree and easy to watch. There's like nothing nasty about it, and gradually it just calmed me down. But the reason why I got into that moment was a lot of things have happened the last couple of weeks, and I've been trying not to focus on it to make myself so anxious, but in doing so I've bottled it up, and my body just decided to go, no, we're gonna have a moment. So the first one, my grandma's been rushed into hospital. She's not well. My dad went up because she lives in Newcastle. My dad went up and we don't know what's going on. The hospital that she's at is full of COVID, so it's been on lockdown, people can't see, things like that. She's not well. I'm not gonna lie, we don't know 100% what's going on, but obviously there's that worry, and you know, because of COVID and everything, we can't do anything. The doctors are sort of letting my grandma, well, my grandpas, and letting them know, but obviously they do not have any medical background, so they don't understand what the doctors are saying. My dad does, however, so my dad's been trying to get in touch with the hospital to find out what's going on so he can then explain to the rest of his family. But the NHS is just so understaffed and so stressed because of the strain of COVID and everything, that it's just not been easy. So there's that going on. On top of that, my daughter had a very important hospital appointment to do stuff about her eyes, so she's got really bad eyes. She's got very little eyesight in her right eye. Basically, if she lost any sight in her left eye, she would be classed as like legally blind. So like in hindsight, she wouldn't be able to drive and stuff like that. But her left eye's fine, her right eye isn't. But they wanted to do proper tests to see whether there was more to it, like whether there were some reasons behind it. This appointment was meant to happen earlier on this year, but basically Alice got really poorly and she got rushed into A&E from the doctors when we went to the GP surgery, and A&E saw her and all that. She had to have 3 months of antibiotics, 3 months of these eye drops, and when she went back, all was well, so she got discharged. But the hospital must have had like a miscommunication or a misunderstanding or something, but the A&E department discharged her, but the hospital, or the A&E department, I don't know, discharged her completely. So she was even discharged from the Bristol Eye Hospital. We didn't know that. We were waiting for this appointment. We thought maybe it was being delayed just because of COVID, because by this point we come out of a lockdown again. So we wondered if it was that. It was only until I got a letter from our local opticians to say that Alice was due an eye test, and I was like, hold on, no, she has them done at the hospital. So I rung up and they said that they received a letter to say that she was discharged and no longer needed them done there, it had to be done at the optician. So I said, no, that's not right. So I ended up ringing the eye hospital, and turned out that no, she completely got discharged. No one overly people just saw it and didn't really think much of it. They thought discharge, that's it. So obviously that wasn't meant to happen. So we waited for like over a month. I think it was about 5, maybe 6 weeks, and then I got a text message to say literally a week later that she had this important eye appointment. And I was like, we never got a letter. It was a good job that I saw the text, otherwise I wouldn't have even known about that. So she was in there for 3 hours. Like, we were only allowed to have one person in hospital, and because all of the eye appointments Alice had last year, my mum did it because I was shielding, and I was told I wasn't allowed to break that shielding going to hospital because I was vulnerable and because the worker was a COVID case in the hospital. So I said to my mum that I'm happy for her to do this. She's been there with all of like that whole year because she's had regular appointments. Then I thought, look, you understand it better than me. If I'm there, they're going to tell me all these things and I'm going to be confused, and I would struggle relaying it to my mum to explain to me. So my mum went. They were there for 3 hours, bless Alice. She had a lot of tests done. I'm waiting back for a letter to say what these tests were and what they saw with these tests. But long story cut short, there is something going on. One of the tests showed that she's got some stuff on her brain, which is to do with her eyes. So she needs to have an MRI done to see what that is. She's not worried in the sense that it's a cancer or a brain tumour, but there's something there, it shouldn't be there. So they want to see what it is. There can be numerous different reasons for it. They are worried, but they're not worried in the sense that, you know, she needs an MRI straight away and all that. So they said they wanted to try and get the MRI in before she has her next eye appointment, which is in 3 months' time. So between those 3 months we might get that done. But obviously it's a shock because it's clear there's something going on. There could be so many different reasons behind it, but we don't know what. So obviously it's like worrying. Like, it could be something really, really simple that can be sorted, or it could be something that can't. And obviously, because Alice is only 6, when she has an MRI done, she has to be put to sleep. And I've had numerous MRIs because of my Crohn's. I know they're safe. I'm not worried about that. is just having to have my daughter be put to sleep. It's a bit like, oh, okay. So I've been dealing with that. Obviously, I've been trying to hold it together for Alice because I don't want her to worry. I don't want her to have to worry when at the moment we don't know where we are with anything. We just know there's something up and we're going to get behind it. So that's going on, and I don't have a good relationship with hospitals because of me. I've been in and out of hospitals and I've always got bad news. So I'm just worried that that's going to happen, that we're going to go there and she's going to have a test done and it might be something big, it might be something little, I don't know, but it's always been bad news when I've been there, so it's like, oh God. So that's going on, and then they always say when bad things happen or bad news happens, it comes in threes. And the third bit is obviously COVID's still going on, but COVID's really hit our schools lately, especially the school my daughter goes to, and 2 of her classmates that have already been tested positive. They're finding themselves as like just a bad cold, but obviously it's like, you know, it's there, it's going on. But I'm not so worried about myself or my parents per se because we're jabbed, we're vaccinated. I've had my boosted jab a couple of weeks ago, so I've had 3 COVID vaccinations now, so I'm like, you know, even if I get it, I'm sure it's just going to be a cold, like I won't get poorly over it. It's worrying, but I'm worrying more purely because my daughter's very anxious, and most of the kids in school have been tested. They're having the home test done, which we do have here, but Alice won't let us do it. Like, she doesn't like things in the nose, she doesn't like things in the throat. I've actually checked with the adults to say, does it have to be both? So the home test is just the nose, but if that comes back positive, then they'll have to have the PCR done, and that's both. And I'm just like, she's just gonna not let you do it, she's gonna freak. A couple of parents have said do it when they're asleep, but Alice is a heavy sleeper in some sense, but if you know, if I check in her, go in her room and check in on her, I wake her up. If I'm like, you know, put the quilt over her because it's completely off her or something, she wakes up. The slightest of noise, like a motorbike or a bang or anything like that, wakes her up. And I don't want to have to do something like that and her wake up with me doing it. She will then not trust me and she'll be too scared to go to sleep, and I just think, no, I can't do that. So it's that sort of worry of, ugh. And because with children, the symptoms are completely different. Like, it is generally symptoms of a cold, and Alice is asthmatic. We're going into winter, so this next few months she always gets colds because it's colder and it's how she is. I'm the same, you know, my asthma's worse in the winter because it's colder, and we're more prone to getting colds because it's colder weather. So it's like, how do we know it's not COVID? How do we know if it's just a normal cold? So we've sort of been doing our own little tests of, we know there's certain smells Alice doesn't like, so we've been hiding the smell of nail varnish remover because she hates it. So we put it in a room, hid it so she doesn't know it's there, and if she can smell it, we know it's fine. The same as like smell and taste, they're saying could go first, and so we've made sure that when Alice eats, she's can taste it. You know, when we go to school, we go past the swimming pool and there's chlorine there, so I make sure she can smell it, because even if she has a cold, she can still smell it. But it's just the thing of like, how do we test her when she's a very anxious person, and unless you actually pin her down and do it, how are we going to do it? So it's that worry. It's sort of like, I know when my daughter's ill, but the way people are saying the children who have got COVID, it's just a cold. And for Alice, like, she has loads of colds, it doesn't affect her. It's just, it's there, it's rife, it's sort of like, oh God. And it's just also the worry of if it carries on, it's getting worse and worse, it might be that we might have to close the school down, you know, completely deep clean it and just give it a rest and then come back. And if that's the sense, it's going to be homeschooling, and that would just really affect Alice mentally because she prefers being in school. Like when we had to do homeschooling at the beginning of this year. No, not beginning of this year. Was it the beginning of this year? Yeah, beginning of this year. When she had, reception. Yeah, beginning of this year when she had to do homeschooling. It was too much for her. She just really hated it. Her behaviour changes because it was just she didn't understand. So yeah, there's that going on. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on personally, and I'm going to be totally honest. My head's a complete mess. I've not been reading as much as I want to. My October TBR, like the start of this month was fine, but the rest of the month is just dwindled. I just can't seem to concentrate properly. I have emailed and messaged the people I do tours with and just say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Like, take me off all of my remaining tours. I can't commit to the tours I'm on now because, with all due respect, I'm struggling, and usually my reading is an escape for me. It gets me out of my head, but I can't even concentrate on a book. And for me, when I'm like this, it's better if I mood read, because, you know, if I'm in a mood to read a certain book, I can read it, do that. And I feel like I'm putting so much pressure on me lately with my Bookstagram stuff. I feel like actually I need to do book tours, because then, you know, I'm getting gifted books and things like that, and it's nice just to be participating in book tours. The same with like read-alongs, you know, I like doing that. And then I have my TBR game purely for like fun for Booktube, and I'm trying to do vlogs. Like I filmed about 3 vlogs for this month, and I've ended up scratching them all because I cannot physically spend the day editing videos and stuff. I just don't want to do that. Sometimes I just want to sit and just rewatch TV series that I love, just to chill, or just spend it with my parents and just de-stress, and just, especially with my mum, just talk to my mum about my feelings and stuff like that. It's just, I noticed I've been putting too much pressure on me. I'm going to be totally honest, like, you know, I've read a few books that I haven't even posted my review on my Bookstagram per se, because I haven't got the time to take pictures and all that. So moving forward, I hate saying that word, but I'm not going to be doing any tours. I've cancelled all of my tours and just said, look, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't like disappointing you all, but I really cannot commit to this because I'm struggling reading and it's not fair. And I just want to, if I do feel like I want to read, I want to mood read. So I've cancelled all of them, so I'm not going to be doing any more tours for the remaining of this year. Maybe when the new year comes, things might be better and I might start, but I certainly am going to limit myself on how many I do, because I think sometimes I just say yes to so many and then I forget how many I've got, and then I have too many books to read. So I'm no longer doing any tours. I have said to Sam to completely take me off the tour list so I don't get any emails, because it's pointless and I'm just deleting them all. I will not be doing my TBR game. I am thinking about changing it anyway. I have an idea of doing a different TBR game, but even if I do change the TBR game, I'm not going to start it anyway until the new year, because I want to do more background and information on it before I do it, so I understand certain things. So I was going to I was going to just do the last 2 months with no TBR game and then start a new one next year, but I don't know whether I'm going to change it or keep the same one. I don't know, but the next 2 months I won't be doing a TBR game. I am still going to be posting booktube content, I just don't know how much. If I'm in the mood to and feel like I can, I might do some vlogs. I particularly vlog when I don't have my daughter on the weekend, so I might do the odd vlogs there. But it is just saying that, you know, you might get content from me, you might not. You might get content from me, but it might not be a lot. Like I might do one beginning of that month and then another one near the end or something. It's just, I need to just concentrate. I just need to focus on me, I need to focus on my family, and I just need to take a step back and just read what I want, when I want, and not have to worry about it. So from November onwards, I am still going to be doing my TBR. I'm still going to post what my TBR is going to be. However, I'm going to limit it to like 6 books. So I'm going to pick 6 books I would like to read. And if I read more, I will read more. Or, you know, but it's not going to be like a fully set TBR. So I do have my own book club, which I'm still doing because I am enjoying doing that. I do have my read along which was my sideline thing, but if I'm going to be totally honest, I'm completely behind. I haven't read last month's read along book, I haven't read this month's read along book, and when it comes to November I'll have another book, so I don't know whether to try and catch up or just say, look, you guys carry on, but like it's not a lot of them are all behind anyway, so I might just say let's wipe it and start like a different series or not do one at all. I don't know, but I'm still doing my book club. I'm still participating in other people's book clubs, specifically Sid's Patreon book club. I like doing that. Whether I might be in another Patreon book club too, but yeah, like I'm not doing loads of book clubs, so they will be there. But yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much pick books that I feel like, oh, I want to read that, I want to read that, and then that's it. So I'm not gonna have a crazy TBR. You know, I'll have the ones that actually, those are 6 I would like to read, and if I read them, I read them. If I don't, I change my mind and I just pick something else. I might read 6, I might read 12, I might read loads, but it's just, but it will just be on my terms. Like it's, no, I have a book, I have to read this because my tour reviews books this day and all that. Like, yeah, I was going to participate in a couple of readathons in November, and there was one that was through November through to December, but I've decided that no, actually that means committing to something, and I just don't feel like I can. And again, it's sort of picking a book that fits that prompt when actually I might not particularly want to read that book. Like I just want to be in a position where I can just mood read when I want. If it turns out I've just read one book in a month, that's fine. So that's where I am. That's what I wanted you guys to know, that like, you know, my Bookstagram's been a bit dwindled anyway. I haven't posted much on there, but I tend to do post a lot on my Booktube. But it's just sort of like that might not happen because if I don't feel like I got the mindset to sit and edit properly. Like it's different when I'm doing like things like this or just going through my TBR or unboxing. I don't have much to edit, but when I do my vlogs I have a lot of editing. I have to like cut things off, edit music, edit text in, things like that. It just takes me longer, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood to do that. So that's where I am. That's like what I want you to know. I obviously haven't got a thing where I can just write this down. Like I know some people like have a community space where I can put a post up. I don't know how to do that, nor do I know if I can do that. So I thought I would just do a video so you're aware. And so going into November, like I might just reiterate what's going, like what the plan is, but you guys know that actually this is going on. Things are changing. You might not see as much content from me, or you might do. I might be in a more time space to actually do stuff and not have the pressure to complete kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, like mine's all ugh, and a lot's going on. But yeah, that's where we are. Thank you for watching this little video. I'm still here. Please don't think I'm not going to be here. Just if you don't see, like, if you see like a video up and it's like been a week or two and you've still not seen anything from me, you know, it's just I'm not in the mood to film anything, or I haven't got anything to film, but I am around. So yeah, that you would definitely will get a TBR video, and you would definitely get a wrap-up video, is whether you get anything in between. I will probably still do unboxings because that's fun and easy to do, but yeah, that might be it. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me and just watching this, and yeah, I'm still here. I am fine. I'm just a lot going on, a lot to process, and I just need to have time to do that. So yeah, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all soon. Bye.